All right, hockey fans, listen up. We are down here in Bedford, Massachusetts. Just trying to get some camera difficulties situated here. Okay, looks like we are good to go. It is Saturday morning, Bedford, Massachusetts. KPW against the SC Panthers. Panthers in the black and red. KPW in the white. We got Connolly and Greenfield back on the defensive pairing. Looks like with McManus, Cooch, and McGann, your forward line. Got a Murphy in net. Pass up into the skates of Cooch. Didn't see it coming. Deflected in. No icing. Wrapped hard around the boards. I think that's Connolly. Steps in. Pinches that in. Tough angle here, seeing all the way down the ice into the netting. Received by Murphy. He throws it up along the boards. That's over to Kruger. That's dumped back in. That's Greenfield. Retreats. Does a quick pirouette. Spins it back out. Tries to flip it out. That's held back in. Long shot in from the point. Turned aside. Easily done by Murphy. Brought back out to the blue line. That's Bachelor. Picks it up. He's skating out there with Hayes and Kruger. The defense for KP peels off. That brings out McGowan and Dietremont. Hayes. Bachelor. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Hayes chips it forward. Puck thrown in deep, wrapped around the boards by the defender. That is pinched in at the half wall. Thrown out in front. That was Kruger. He tries to get it over to Hayes, who got a couple of whacks at it. Dietremont pinches in. He regains possession up along the half wall. Comes back out. Bachelor drops it back into the defensive stance to pick up Dietremont. Shot forward. That was Hayes. Fans on the dump-in pass was the Panther player, picked up by Dietremont. Cross-ice pass, McGowan. McGowan throws it in, but hits the seat of the pants of number 25 of the Panthers. Oh, Bachelor lays his man out with a good open ice hit. First good clean hit of the game. Dietremont stands up his player. Bingham, a hard slap shot around the net, tries to get it all the way over to, looks like McGann. Now it's picked up by Niles. Niles carries it out just under the stick of McGann. McGann centering with Bingham and Niles. Skating in. Oh, good poke check there by Connolly. Looked like the Panther was in the high slot all along, getting ready to get an uncontested shot, but as he was getting ready to follow through with the shot, Connolly gets in there with the stick to break it up. It's McGann on the draw. He's got Bingham paired out to his right. Niles out on the left. Puck is run back and long shot in. Turned aside easily by Murphy. Greenfield and Connolly back on D. Bingham battling along the boards. He's got his stick moving, but that was won by the Panther player. Got a good long hard shot in. Bingham chips it up to McGann. Coming in 2-on-2. Greenfield slows the shot down enough for Your netminder Murphy to pounce on that to get a stoppage to his right. We got 7:23 to play in the opening stance here. McManus out on the right wing with Batch at center and Cooch on the left wing. That puck finds its way off to the side shot, but into the shin pad of Dietremont. Takes a weird deflection off the backboards. Picked up by Cooch. Good long pass. Tries to find over to McManus. Bachelor gets it out and just loses it deep into the corner. Then he loses an edge. Puck is scrapped in deep in behind. Wrapped around, and that will be picked up by the Panther player, carrying it outside the zone. Softly throws it in on Murphy, who deflects it. Chipped out by McManus, back to the neutral zone. All players retreat. Angled pass over, and then dumped in again. Picked up by Murph. Murph dishes it off to Dietremont, carries it out, finds it over to McManus. McManus chips it in for Bachelor, makes a quick toe move, tries to get over to McManus. He gets a high shot in, just short of the post side, wraps in behind the net. Batch picks it up, waiting for McManus to clear. Does just get out by a half step, clears the zone, and it wraps it back in. Sends McManus in on the forecheck. Both teams getting a line change out here. A lot of fresh legs out there right now. Puck is back in behind. Carried it out, 3-on-2. Got a speedy winger coming down the right side. He's all alone. He finds him. And a puck yep. That speedy winger came in all alone. The puck did find him. Initially, great save by Murph. The puck rebounded in, hit off that left post, but it sat there unrescued, and then the Panther player was there to pounce on it and just chip it in. So with 5:36 to play, Panthers on top, 1-0. Kruger. Puck is all alone to Kruger out in front. Oh, the rebound. I think that was maybe McGann that got the second swipe at it and just steered it wide of the net. KPW's best quality scoring chance of the game right there. I think this netminder of the Panthers has the inclination to leave some juicy rebounds out there, so that's going to require KPW to get a lot of shots on net and be up and in there for the rebound. We got a stoppage in the action. I think that is going to be a interference call on the Panther player. That's going to put KPW up on their first power play of the game with 4:53 to play in the first. Power play unit is set. Bachelor on the draw, gets it over to Bingham. Bingham tries to play it back to Greenfield, who gets there just before the defender gets there. Batch carries out in front, gets to the Bingham. Bingham point blank. I don't know if that shot got off or the netminder made a great save, but good feed by Batch. Like to see that one find its way to the back of the twine. Gackin behind the net. Batch is carrying it out. We got skaters out here moving down the ice. Bachelor carrying the puck. Sauces it back over to Niles. Niles, far side over to Bingham. Bingham pirouettes around. He's surveying. He brings it back to Batch. Gets back to the point. That's Greenfield getting a long shot in. And that was just wide of the net. Power play unit established. Good possession here. Niles has the puck up along the half wall. He carries the puck in behind. Plays a little self pass off the apron. Puck was loose out in front. Okay, good. Some good action out there. Got 35 seconds to go on the power play. That's picked up by McGann. Coming down the middle, he goes out wide. And then turns that over to and the good step in by, I think that was Cooch. Intercepted that attempt to break out pass. He takes a shot on that. That comes all the way around to McGowan. McGowan walking in. He's looking to see what he's got for a lane. That goes off the pad. It's rebounded out in front, and McGann is there to slam the door shut. Good forechecking presence by McGowan, who carried the puck in from the defensive edge. Got an angle shot off to the right. Again, that rebound that we talked about previously was there. Juicy rebound out in front. Served that one up on a dish to McGann, who was there to just slam it in. Good power play. I think that was credited with the power play. I don't know if there's any time left on the PK, but nonetheless, that makes it 1-1 with 3:06 to play in the first dance. Right back in the offensive zone again. KP with McManus. Puck is carried out 1-on-2. Deep in the corner, Dietrich playing the hit. Absorbs the hit was the Panther player. That does have just enough to get outside the zone. And trapped in offsides was the Panther player. And we'll get an offsides call. 2:38 to play. Bachelor in on the forecheck. He's got his man Hayes coming down the right wing. Sauce it up the middle, under the stick of Connolly. Connolly clears it out of the zone after taking a spill. Dumped in deep. Kruger in on the forecheck. Does a good job. That leaves it for Bachelor, who then carries the puck deep into the corner. Walking his way around. He's got Kruger camped out in front. He's got his point in back. That's going to be Greenfield. That's going to look to load the keep it. He gets a shot in. Misses the net. Good traffic out in front. And behind the net. Batch pursuing that on the forecheck. Oh, just dangerously under the stick of Hayes. Fortunate for the Panthers that puck came out of the zone. Hayes ties his mans up. That leaves it for Connolly to step in. Gets it over to Greenfield, who loses the puck and then regains the puck. Kruger gets it over to Bachelor in the high slot. Couldn't get the shot off, but then Connolly steps in, anticipates it. Tied up, picked up by the Panther player looking to break it out. Oh, Connolly with a good open ice hit. Leaves the puck for Bingham, who's looking to carry it out. He's got it on the forehand, the backhand. Saucers it over. He saw Niles trying to come down the wing. Just led him a little bit too far. But that's going to leave it for Dietrich. Does he have enough to get a shot off? He does throw it in. And with an open lane, a good quality netminder will make that glove save each and every time. And that time he did. 50.2 seconds to play. In the opening stance, McGann on the draw. Bingham to his left, Niles to his right. That puck is won back. No, the stick was lifted, and it does come back to Dietrich. Puck is thrown out in front. Niles was there to intercept that attempt to break out. Loses it just outside the zone, and it comes back in just offsides. Puck is thrown in deep. Bingham and Niles looking to pinch the corners. Up, throws it up just over the stick of Niles, hopped up high. Bingham steps in into his skates. He carries it in. He's got a man on his back, but he keeps his feet moving. He gets rubbed off into the corner. That's thrown back and round wide. Niles picked up in a high slot. McGann trying to get it to his shoot again. Panther player tried to stand him up. McGann just avoided the hit. And time expires after one. Knotted up at one. We'll be back shortly for the second period of action. All right, folks, we're here at the start of the second period. KPW will be going from the right to your left across your radio dial. Williams carries the puck in behind, throws it up. That's intercepted at the point. Connolly anticipated that well. but it hopped forward off of his stick, but he's battling in. McManus in on the forecheck. That's kicked over to Tevis. Tevis loses that puck, gets it over to Bachelor. Tries to saucer it in on the backhand, but loses it on the edge. Picked up by Williams. Saucers it off the glove hand. The Panther player. Axe comes all the way into the zone. Is that... good little toe move. I think that was Bachelor. Yeah, it was. And he loses an edge, goes hard into the board. He's slow to get back to his feet. And he's back up and he's moving fine. Chopped hard around the boards. We could have numbers coming out 2-on-1, but just outside the reach. But a good poke check by McManus. Ooh. Incidental contact right there. Both players were tripped up. Bachelor didn't like that off of Williams. That puck is in deep now. Things are starting to pick up a little bit here. You can just sense the energy and the hitting picking up. Carried outside the zone. That's go over to Kruger. Kruger's got a man out in front. He throws it in, but wraps it in too far behind the net. Picked up by Connolly. Connolly into McManus. McManus. That allows Kruger to get there. Leaves it back for... No, that's Kruger picks it up, not to McGowan. In behind the net. That's McManus. Two players taking McManus out. He hits it to Kruger. Tries to tuck it in with the backhand. He's got it on the backhand. He's in the high slot. Good effort right there by Kruger, trying to get some shots in from the dirty area in and around the net. Long breakout pass into the skate, just under the skates of Hayes. And it does go all the way for an icing. That puck went in untouched by Hayes for an icing call. 9:43 to play in the second. Face off back to the point and then just chunked back in by the Panthers. Kruger, hard ice pass, cross ice pass. That was deflected, so that will not be an icing. Hayes wins the battle. That puck is loose out in front. Good job by Quarter to break that up. Rodriguez getting harassed by Kruger into the neutral zone. Picked up, carried in by the Panther player. Throws it in, whistled wide. DeAntremont is there to pick it up. Throws it off the skate over to Hayes. Picked up, I think that was McGann, trying to clear it outside the zone. And it looks like it's stalled right inside the blue line. High chop in, stays inside the zone again. McGowan does a good job to step in. Gets it up to Niles into his skates. Wrapped in hard to McGowan in behind his net. Throws it high off the board. Does just enough to get outside the zone. That's going to be Niles trying to get there first, and that will go just outside his reach for an icing call. That's chipped all the way down. That's going to go on net for an icing. A moderate little snowplow by Bachelor, and then Bingham comes in for a little extra snowplow, but that went unrecognized by Fees and Foes. Bachelor on the draw. Tevis picks it up. Thrown out, picked up by Rodriguez, who carries it outside of his zone. That's chipped all the way in, and they wave off the icing call. Must have just got to it before it got over that in line. Thrown back in, picked up by, I think that was Connolly, but in behind now to Greenfield. Niles makes the play, absorbs the hit, gets it up to Bingham. Bingham's trying to get down all alone. He's got a man all afloat out in front. Oh, what a nice pass. Good scoring chance there by Bachelor. Good puck movement there by KPW. Getting a great scoring chance there. Nice save by the netminder. Connolly walking it in. Thrown in deep. Gets it over to Bingham. Brings it back to the point. Greenfield. Bingham loses an edge. Batsador finds it on. He gets a shot off. It's rebounded. Bats picks it up. He throws it in hard. He got it to Bingham. Bingham tries to go back to Niles, but that goes back to the point. That's Greenfield from the point. He gets a goal. That was good forechecking for the forward line of KPW right there. Found its way over to Bingham. Bingham tried to slide it back to Niles off the deflection, makes its way all the way back to the point to Greenfield. And Greenfield, with a little pinpoint accuracy, finds the back of the net from just at the top of the hash circle. That puts KPW up 2-1 with 7:04 to play in the second period from Bedford, Massachusetts. KPW keeps the intensity going right in on the forecheck. Puck is intercepted back at the point into the high slot. Cooch with a good shot on net. Rebound, and McGann swatch at it. Rebound, thrown out in front, and pinched under the pad of the netminder, KPW. Not even giving the announcer time to announce that second goal, and they're right back on top of the netminder. Pressing the action right now, keeping that intensity up. Critical for KP's success. Face-off won back by Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Schultz. Schultz, speedy little winger. Tears his way down, but easily poke-checked. Read well by McGowan. Back in behind the net. Gus McManus drops in. Absorbs the hit. Much stronger player. Oh, that's dangerously out in front. Good job by Pietremont. Gets it over to McManus, trying to carry it out. Does he have enough to get down the wing? He does. Throws it out in front. Just outside the reach of Cooch. Now coming back in transition quickly. Panther loses his edge as he gets a off-balance shot off. Thrown away, swiped outside was Murph. Murph makes the rebound, makes another great save. Point-blank scoring chance by the Panthers. KP back on their heels right now. Could have the speedy McManus. Just loses the puck over to Cooch, bringing it in. Throw back to the high slot. Connolly. Oh, good low shot in. Picked up by Cooch. He's surveying. He's got time and space out here. Wisely dumps it in a little too far outside the reach of McGann. Good breakout pass here by the Panthers. Oh, what a quick toe drag. But Red, good job with the forward helping back out. That was Cooch giving some defensive help. Wisely gains the red line, dumps it in, lets some more fresh legs get out there for KPW. That's Kruger, throws it into the high slot. Stepped into the play, Red nicely. That was Batsador. Now that's Greenfield steps up. Tries to saucer it out, but that puck was intercepted out in front. Batsador picks up the puck. He just chops it back and keeps the puck in deep. Hayes battling out in front. And then he goes in on the forecheck. Oh, good work there by Hayes to make that action happen, keeping it back in. Dangerously out in front. That's Kruger. Oh, Kruger was licking his chops. Almost had a point-blank scoring chance out in front. Oh, okay. Batsador finished his check on the much smaller Tevis. And Bats is going to go for a roughing call. You really can't argue that call. That puck was cleared out inside the zone. I think Bats took a couple of extra strides to finish that check up. And he'll go to the box for 90 seconds. Okay, big penalty kill here for KP. I mean, they had all the momentum in their direction. Like to see a big PK right here. You got to maintain their composure. McGowan angles it off. That's not going to go for icing. Just put enough weight on that. And Kruger getting in there. Good hustle by Kruger. What that does is that forces the Panther netminder to get a stoppage in the action. That will allow KP to set up, even though they're shorthanded, get an offensive zone faceoff. Bingham will be on the draw. He's going to try to win it back to Dietremont, and he does go back to Dietremont, but just outside his reach. And he does just enough to get there in time. McGowan throws a little hopper in, dangerously in on net. Niles in on the forecheck. And Panthers players just carelessly throw it back into the neutral zone. McGowan, textbook, gains the red line, throws it in, forecheck. Niles harasses his player, and he interrupts that. Bingham chips it forward. That lets Niles keep his pursuit going. Good job by Niles harassing Rodriguez. Look for Bingham to come over there and clean his man out. Whoa, he just missed. He had him in his sight from 10 paces away. Back into the neutral zone. Williams waiting for his players to clear. Far angle shot kicked over to McGowan. McGowan does a nice job getting it back outside the zone. Picked up by Bingham. He's going to try to get wide on his player. He's carrying it down. He tries to toe heel it. He's got we're not even catching it on camera though, are we? And he runs out of real estate, so Wisely dumps it in deep, killing time off the penalty. Far thrown in, that will go for an icing. But great job by KP. That will expire this power play or penalty kill there by leaving 2:53 on the clock. Really no scoring chances there from the Panthers. Could argue that some of the action was taken to the Panthers by the shorthanded KP team on that penalty kill. Back to 5-on-5 in these waning 2:45 left in the second period. Long shot in, that's deflected in behind the net dangerously. Almost comes back out in front, but Conley was there to clean it up. We could have a foot race here. This is going to be McManus walking it in. Oh, he tries to go top shelf. Just steered it just high of the net. Exploded in the foot race, easily in all alone. Netminder Sousa held his ground. That's picked up in behind the net is Greenfield. He throws it hard back into the neutral zone, picked up by Quartet over to his defender, look for McManus to lay the hit out. Rubs his player into the boards. That lets Cucci step in and intercept the pass. That puck is lost all alone out in front of the high slot. Good job. We got, just slid that pass under the stick of, that was McManus. McManus carrying it. He's surveying. He goes back to Greenfield at the point. Greenfield finds it over to McManus, throws it out in front. Gets it over to McMahon, who finds it. He tries to take a chop in. That puck is kept in deep. That will go off a deflection, but just outside the red line, so there will be no ice in there. Picked up by Greenfield. Greenfield wisely wraps it all the way around to a anxiously awaiting Kruger, who picks it up. Nice tape-to-tape pass over to McGann. That's going to come over to McManus. And a good shot in, just whistled out wide of the net. That leaves it for Greenfield back at the point. Quartet carrying it out. Kruger and Greenfield collide and take their man out with a physical play. Good anticipation there by Kruger. And Greenfield brought all alone. That's a shot in by McManus. The puck was hopping. It's still hopping. I think I might have missed all that action, but trust me, nothing went in. Now that puck was thrown in deep in behind the net. That's collected. Kruger throws. That's back out in front. McManus. Puck gets back out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Tevis. Hayes with a good back check. That leaves it for Kruger. Kruger looking to get the cross ice pass intercepted by. And then Quartet takes a high sticking chop on Kruger. I think that's going to come outside for a offsides call, but thought there could have been a potential for a late interference or cross check, but no, it's just an offsides call. 6 seconds to go in the period. This should just about do it, and it will. So from New Bedford, Mass, KP is up 2-1. We'll be back shortly for the third period of action. All right, hockey fans, third period of action just about underway here. I'd say this has been one of the most evenly contested matchups that KP has had this season. Match could go either way in this period here. KP's just got to maintain their focus and intensity. They've been generally pretty clean with the puck, limiting mistakes and turnovers, taking the easy play rather than the fancy and dangerous play. which has at times in the past hampered some of their opportunities and yielding opportunities unnecessarily. But today it's been a very well coached and skated game by KPW. Kruger, and then the forecheck over to Batch, picked up by Kruger into his skates, gets it over to Hayes, high slot. Batch and Kruger collapse. Kruger picks it up, keeps it in at the blue line. And it does come out. That lets McGowan, little saucer chip pass. Hayes takes a swat at it. Action out in front of your KPW bench, picked up by McGowan. Does a great job having patience, seeing the open man, finds it over to Kruger. Puck was thrown and out in front of the netminder. Hayes on the forecheck. McGowan pinching. McGowan keeps working and he throws it all the way across. That gets it over to Kruger. Finds its way into the neutral zone. It's 2-on-3. Thrown in. That's rebounded into the skates of McGowan. That finds its way back to the point. It's soccer punted out by Bachelor. That's a foot race. He's got the shot down the angle, but that's steered, wrapped all the way around the corner. Niles is there, chips it back in. Intercepted by Bingham. Bingham could have a little time and space here. Does he have enough to get it to the forehand? He throws it over to Bachelor. Bachelor on the backhand. He slides it in, rebounded in behind the net. Lets Conley jump in and pinch in into the offensive zone. Oh, good hands by Niles. Just keeps it in. Hairline keep in. Bingham absorbs the hit, but he throws it back in. Lets Batch do the work in behind the net. Picked up by Bingham with a good, strong move to the backhand. In behind the net. We're going to have a little extra action right here. Keep it clean, boys. And there's the whistle. Looks like he's going to send them both to the box for... No surprises there. Sticks got up, a little shoving, a little pushing, a little tat-a-tat, and both guys go to the box. You like to see it. No man advantage being embarked upon either team. Keep it at 5-5, 9:49 to play. Cooler heads prevailed. Face-off draw, one back by Panthers. McManus deep in the corner. He's battling. Okay, we'll see what happens there. That's McGann. Good collision there. That was McMahon, and I didn't catch the Panther player. Oh, good toe drag there. Oh, that was thrown right out in front, dangerously across the goal mouth. McManus picks it up. He's skating up high. He's got Niles. Niles carries it in. Puck is thrown all the way down the ice. Oh, he's waved that off. There's no icing. That lets Greenfield come back. He surveys the ice. He wraps it hard around the boards, and it does just go outside the zone, forcing the Panther players to clear. Intercepted. Now McGann steps in, throws it in deep, and goes immediately in on the forecheck, throwing hard off. That will, just under the skate of Greenfield. Greenfield back to collect it. Hard off, angle off the boards. McManus was there to chip it out. That's picked up by Connolly. That's kept back into the zone dangerously. Greenfield takes a hard chop at it, but fans on it. That lets puck come over to McGann and Greenfield. Puck is a little bit stalled right now into the zone. Conley knew the hit was coming. He absorbed it and took out Claude McDonald. Claude Noonan, I don't know. He's got about 74 letters on the back of that jersey. Into the high slot. Claude Noonan gets a good hard shot in. Wow. As I was busily verbally assaulting the player, he gets a great one-timer in on the net. But Murph was tall to the task, angles the blade to shoot that puck just outside the net, sensing that the team needed a stoppage. Wisely sent out of the rink for a stoppage. That lets Bachelor move it on the draw with Hayes to his right, Kruger to his left, McGowan, and Dietremont back there as the defensive pairing. Puck is back to the high point. That's rebounded, steered aside again by Murphy. Right now, the Panthers pressing the action a little bit. I'd like to see KP clean things up a little bit here. Coming over to Hayes. He's got Bachelor. Does he have enough? No, it's pinched back in. Good stick lift by Hayes right there. But it's kept back out. Chipped back out. Now it's over to Bats. Good foot race back. But the Panther player wins the race back to the puck. Throwing back out. Almost intercepted by Kruger. The Panthers right in. Chipped aside. Hayes. McGowan steps in to offer his assistance. Gets it over to Kruger. Kruger, just behind on an almost good pass out to Bachelor. Hayes throws it in. Goes on net, and refs are demanding they play the action. They're not blowing the whistle. Netminder wanted it. The ref said no. Could be costly right here. McGowan throws it in, rebounded out in front. The puck is loose, chipped out in front. A couple of chops on it. And I think they scored. I think Bingham might have been out in front, cleaning up the mess out in front. Well, that's going to give the Panther coaches a little angst. The referee, or the netminder wanted to stop in the action. He read that play right. The refs would not give that stoppage to the Panthers. That caused a turnover. That was McGowan at the point, throws it in, and somehow the traffic out in front of the net, and Bingham was able to find it and cash in on it. So that puts KPW up 3-1 with 6:20 to play. Right when it seemed as though the Panthers had some momentum coming their way, KP was able to reverse that fortune. Good intercepted pass by McGann. He carries it in. That's going to be a shot that's rebounded wide. McGann picks up his own rebound, battling in along the boards. I think that was Connolly who intercepted that attempted breakout pass at the blue line. Carried back in. Greenfield, another long shot in off the blocker. Puck is thrown out hard. That's going to go all the way down for an icing call with 5:34 to play. KP with a 2-goal lead. Face off deep. The offensive zone. The puck was one back. I think that puck may have been deflected up and out of the zone. Bingham, Niles, and McGann with McGowan and Dietremont back on the defensive pairing. McGann on the draw, trying to win it back. Chips it in, plays it forward. That's got Niles in on the forecheck. He's harassing his player. That lets Bingham come over. That's McGowan backpedaling. Anticipates that nicely. That forces the Panther player to throw it in. Hard off the boards. Whoop. What kind of zoom action was that? Good stick work by McGann to pick up that puck that was hopping. He's real shifty right now. He's got a couple moves right there. Puck is carried back to Dietremont. He's going all the way behind the net. Wisely throws it over. Bingham trying to chip it as the puck was moving forward with the backhand. Lets McGowan pick it up to McGann. He cross-ices over to McManus, snipes it. I tell you what, I think that hit off the T-bar and just in and out off the post. Good snipe shot. That lets McGowan pick up the puck in the neutral zone. He's skating with Cooch. Long shot in, looking for the rebound. Played over to the corner. That puck was deflected in behind the net. That's Bachelor, intercepts it. He's walking in. Got Cooch in behind the net. McManus steps in. Good shifty breakout by the Panther player. He finds a man all alone, throws it on the backhand. That puck is rebounded. Good glove hand by Murphy right there. Chance of something out of nothing by the Panther player right there. And Murph was getting it done. Now we're coming back the other way. That's going to be Bachelor all the way in. Brings it to the backhand. Oh, good save by the netminder. Good hard cross from deep in the corner. Batch had to bring it out in front of the net. Quickly across the goal mouth, but the netminder was there with a quick stick save, pad save. I'm not really sure, but he got it done. Greenfield working hard in behind his net, and he does a great job to reverse flow. We got an interference right here. No action called. Connolly and Pantera mixing it up. Let's see if they'll be reintroduced in these last couple minutes of the game. Connolly is one not to forget certain things that may require further attention of his. Puck is in. That's McManus carrying the puck. Throws it out in front. Tries to get it to Gooch, but he was tripped up. No call. Coming back out. And Greenfield does a great job just to slow his man down. That lets Baxador come in. He chips it off the board. Greenfield tries to go in a little high with the elbow, but he missed on that, so no call. Oh, that elbow might have been up a little bit. This is going to warrant something. This is what we talked about previously. And then McDoodle and Newton not happy, but Brendan Connolly not letting things go unnoticed out there. And we got a stoppage in the action. I think that was just going to be an offsides call. We got exactly 2 to go. And a really exciting game today. Puck was thrown hard and around the boards. Picked up by McGann. McGann skating. He throws it. Good angled pass in. It gets it into Hayes. He carries the puck in deep into the offensive zone. That is wrapped in. Thrown out in front. Oh, that puck just chipped through the goal mouth. McGowan patiently waiting back at his blue line. The foot race back. Oh, good speedy move. Oh, that's good speedy move by that winger there to get a clean lane in on the shot and just tried to pick the top corner, threw it above the top of the net with 1:16 to play. Good back check by Hayes. Puck was intercepted back in the just over the blue line. Picked up, but no, that took a weird bounce in behind the net. Like to see KP get this puck out right here. Critical juncture of the game. Panthers have pulled their goalie. They have 6 skaters out there, and McGowan's going to go to the box. I think he's going to go for a cross check. Panther player was getting close to the boards, had his shoulder square to the boards, and McGowan did elevate with both hands and the stick to the back. So we're going to have 6 on 4 skaters here with 41.6 to play. Open net at the other end of the ice. Big face-off draw there by Bingham. He wins it. Good job by Bings. Throws it all the way around. Tries to get it over to Niles, who's battling it. Connolly is there. But it's one back in. That's in the high slot. In the danger zone of the high slot. That puck was rebounded. Hit off the seat of the pants of Greenfield. Oh, that's Greenfield and his buddy. Jude Noonan still does not like that. Connolly's just making some casual introductions there. Got to say, Connolly got the better exchange of that one. Jude Noonan forgot to play the puck, and he knew he was going to take a little bit of leather up high from Connolly, and he did. Puck was won back to the point. Niles pushes his man out wide. Intercepted, and Greenfield, tries to play it, but he dangerously loses it out in front. Bingham was there to chip it out wide. He's got 4 seconds to go, and Bingham picks up the puck. He wins it out. That's going to go all the way down. He wanted an extra point, but it throws it wide. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. KPW comes out with a 3-1 win. Outstanding game right there. That was some good, clean hockey, good action. players joined by McGowan coming out of the box. And that'll do it today. One game weekend this weekend from New Bedford, Mass. KPW on top 3-1 over the Panthers.